All right, let's break down a single day of pure discipline. But here's the thing. This isn't just about, building a routine. This is way deeper. It's a whole philosophy for transformation. We're not even talking about starting a new habit. We're talking about the moment that habit just becomes who you are.
So this one line, this is the whole idea right here. And you got to pay attention to the number. It doesn't say day 1, right? That's when you're all full of motivation, but also a little bit of hesitation. Nope. This is day 73. This is the arrival point. It's that moment when all that grueling effort you put in at the beginning has finally hardened into your new normal. Strength isn't something you're shooting for anymore. It's just your baseline. It's where you live now.
So, day 73 is really just a metaphor, right? It's that huge milestone you hit where all those disciplined things you do, well, they're not a struggle anymore. You're not fighting yourself to do them. They've become this unconscious, totally fundamental part of who you are. You know that little voice in your head that used to argue with you? That debate is over. This is just what you do.
Okay, so let's see how this new standard is actually built, starting from the second you wake up. Because a day like this doesn't just happen by accident. Oh no, it is forged on a rock-solid foundation of intentional morning actions that literally set the tone for everything else.
And it all starts with the simplest thing imaginable. I mean, before the coffee, before the workout, before anything, it's water. That's it. See, peak performance always starts with the basics, and you can't get more basic than this. It's your very first disciplined choice of the day, hydrating your body and your brain for everything that's about to come.
Now, this is a really important shift in perspective. On day 73, you don't just work out. You engage in intentional training. See the difference? This isn't about just mindlessly pumping reps or going through the motions. It's about turning that physical effort into a mindful practice, where every single movement has a clear purpose.
So you might be asking, okay, how do I actually do that? Well, it all comes down to these 3 pillars. First, strong posture. That's for safety and efficiency. Second, controlled reps. This means you're actually using your muscles, not just swinging weights around with momentum. And third, focused breathing. This is what connects your mind to your body, and it turns the whole thing into something almost meditative. And of course, after the training, you need the fuel. And again, listen to the language here. You're not just eating breakfast. You are actively fueling strength and recovery. This meal is a direct, strategic response to the work you just put in. It's giving your body exactly what it needs, the protein, the nutrients, to rebuild itself and come back even stronger. So the morning sets this incredibly powerful tone, right? But the middle of the day, that's the real proving ground. That's where momentum dies. It's where distraction and fatigue creep in. But on day 73, you sustain that energy. And it all comes down to a series of conscious, deliberate choices that keep you locked in on your standard. Think about it. Every single meal, you're at a fork in the road. You can eat for performance, or you can eat for cravings. One path is a strategic choice. It supports your goals. The other is just an emotional reaction that feeds your impulses. On day 73, you'll realize that every meal is basically a vote for the person you've decided you want to be. Okay, so what does that strategic choice actually look like on a plate? Well, here's a super simple, super effective blueprint. You've got carbs for energy output, protein to rebuild muscle, and of course, veggies packed with all those micronutrients for recovery. And notice, this isn't about restriction. It's a balanced system, and it's all designed for one thing: optimal performance. So, lunch is done. What comes next? It's not a nap, it's not slumping over at your desk, it's this. Just 10 minutes. That's it. That's the next commitment. It is so small, so accessible. It's designed to be an easy win that just keeps that momentum rolling right through the afternoon. And this is the whole idea behind that 10-minute walk. It's what we call recovery in motion. By getting up and just moving around, you're helping your digestion, you're getting the blood flowing, but maybe even more important, you're clearing your head. You're breaking that mental fog of the afternoon and hammering home the day's theme of intentional action. Look, a day that starts with this much intention doesn't just, fizzle out at the end. The evening is treated with the exact same level of purpose. But the focus shifts a little. It's not so much about performance today anymore. It's all about preparing your body and your mind for a powerful start tomorrow. And the principles for the evening, they're really straightforward, and the logic is crystal clear. You want light fuel, right? Something that gives your body nutrients for overnight repair without making your digestive system work overtime. The goal is to stay sharp, not stuffed, because that leads to way better sleep. And better sleep means you wake up ready to go, not sluggish. Every single choice you make in the evening is an investment in the next morning.
So we've just walked through an entire day, haven't we? From that first glass of water to the final light meal. But here's the real secret. It's not actually about any one of those individual actions. It's about how they all compound, day after day, into something so much bigger than just a simple routine.
And this brings us to the ultimate question, the one we've been building up to this whole time. After you repeat these actions for weeks and weeks, when does it happen? When does the conscious practice of being disciplined just become who you are? At what point do you stop trying to be this person and you just are? And that's it. The day is complete. The work is done. The standard has been met. Another day, another set of choices tallied up, reinforcing the very foundation of this new identity. And this, right here, is the payoff. This is the profound transformation that lives at the very heart of day 73. That constant internal negotiation, that daily fight against your old habits, the sheer amount of willpower it used to take, it just fades away. The discipline is now so deeply ingrained, it's not something you do anymore. It's just who you are. It's your identity. So when you boil it all down, this whole framework is really just a mirror. It's meant to show you what's possible when you stack up consistent, small efforts over time. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What new standard are you building for yourself? And when you get there, what will your day 73 look like?
Thanks for watching. Every repetition counts. Every day matters. Stay consistent. See you in the next video.